Okay, everyone, it is 8 o'clock. I am not going to wait for people to roll in. I'm going to get started because I'm tired and it's Sunday night and I want to get this done with because I have a life just like you. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Mandy. I am a diamond coach on the Limitless Crew and the Misfit Republic. I have been a coach for 9 months now, 9 months, and I've kind of mastered the whole meal prepping thing. I used to meal prep before I was a coach, and I didn't really understand the whole nutrition of it. I was kind of just doing it for the convenience of it. And then once I got into actually coaching and I saw the programs and the nutrition guides, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't really been doing it the wrong way, but I have been missing out on so much valuable nutrition that I needed for my body. So I am going to walk you through how to set up your week with your container counts in an easy way for your family or you. So I have a family of 4. I have a husband, I have an almost 3-year-old, and I have an almost 1-year-old. We basically all eat the same things. My husband is in the military, so it's just my 2 boys and me right now. So our food's a little bit different, but I'm going to plan out my week as if I were home in our regular conditions so you can see this as a family. Now, you plan this out, and then depending on how many people are in your family, how many people you're cooking for, whatever, that's going to depend on how much groceries you need, obviously, or your portion sizes, or your portion sizes aren't going to change, your meal sizes, things like that. Basically, how much you're going to plan to buy. We're going to try to do this on a budget. I am a frugal moogle. If you guys know me personally, I shop at Aldi's. Aldi's normally saves me over 50% on my grocery bill every single time I go. If this was just me grocery shopping for myself, I can get through a meal prep week in about $20 to $25 just for myself. That's what I've been doing this summer. It's super easy. I'm also one of those people that can eat the same thing 5 days in a row, so it doesn't really bother me. But when you're on a budget and that's what you need to do and you want to make sure you're getting your nutrition, that's what you do. So a couple of things. First off, I am not a nutritionist. I am not a personal trainer. However, as a coach, it is my job and my obligation to know these programs in and out and know how to use the containers properly and how to teach you guys how to use these as well. If someone has shared this video with you, or if someone has directed you to this video, it is because they want you to keep working on your nutrition, because you guys, you cannot outwork a bad diet. You can work your ass off. You can spend hours and hours in the gym, but if you are not eating the proper nutrition, you're not going to get any results, straight up. Most of our workouts are 30 to 45 minutes. That's not a lot of time. That's not a lot of calories burned. However, we're doing the proper work and eating the proper nutrition so that we're getting the long-lasting results. The number one thing I want you to know about this is a lifestyle change. This is not a diet. We are still eating the foods that we love. Keep in mind, I am sitting here drinking a glass of wine out of a juice glass. Well, I have you, because I spill very easily and I have children. I'm not giving up the things that I love. I am working on my portions. I am doing substitutions. It's very easy once you get the hang of it, and this is why I'm here. So a couple of tips for you. First of all, number 1, you must set aside at least 30 minutes to 1 hour, 1 day a week to do this, like straight up, or 15 minutes, however long it takes you. It still takes me about 30 minutes. And that's just because I mean, it doesn't really actually take me 30 minutes, but this kind of a menu, I'm doing this as if, like, again, I said, as if I was with my family. So we're not eating the same thing every single day. However, we are doubling up on meals a couple times a week because I like leftovers. It's easy, and my husband can take it to work, and so can you. Plan. Because if you do not plan, you are planning to fail. Okay. The second one, if you do not have your portion control containers, your portion fix containers yet, please order some. If you don't have them, if you do not have Shakeology, or if you do not have Beachbody on demand yet, Beachbody is coming out with a couple new challenge packs where you can get the portion fix containers and All Access or Shakeology. There's a bunch of different combinations coming out. So look up for that from your coach if you do not have those yet. please don't go on Amazon and purchase them, because you are supporting someone's family when you get signed up with a coach. That's very important. A lot of people go on Amazon, they go just onto the regular website and purchase a program, purchase containers, purchase Shakeology, whatever, and they don't realize that they just get thrown into a random coach. And half of the time you don't get the support. They're not going to reach out to you. So if you know someone who is a coach, if this person who is sharing this video with you is a coach, reach out to them, talk to them about the programs, talk to them about the challenge groups, because making this a permanent lifestyle change is all about the accountability, the challenge group that you're going to stay in, and having that support along the way until you can actually figure out how to do this on your own and possibly maybe become a coach later on. So plan, get your containers. You need to take an hour, half hour, however long it's going to take you to do this. Use the tools that the internet has given you. There is so much information online about the 21-day fixed portion containers. I cannot stress that enough. TeamBeachbody.com. This is where you can sign in. There is a meal planning assistant on there. You can put in all of your numbers and it will literally make out a meal plan for you. So you don't actually have to sit down and do this. However, I don't like to do that because it's a lot of meals that I don't actually want to cook, and it's a lot of different things all at the same time, and it's a lot of groceries, and I want to keep it simple. So use your teambeachbody.com access that you have to use to get recipes. If you go up, and once you log in, if you go up to the very top in the blue tabs, it says Eat Smart. There's a down arrow, click on that, and then go to recipes, or meal planner, or Shakeology recipes. Tons and tons of tools on there for you guys to use. Second, Pinterest is your best friend. Don't get stuck. Make yourself a brand new board. Get excited about this. And Pinterest, 21-day fix approved, blah. 21-day fix approved enchiladas, fajitas, guacamole, guys, anything, literally. There are coaches that have come up with recipes off the grid from Beachbody, not the master trainers, but people who have developed recipes for clean eating that go along with your portion containers. Use that tool. This is where a lot of my recipes come from, okay? However, when you're using Pinterest, make sure that when you're getting a recipe, the first thing that I want you to look for is that you're looking for the container counts. Make sure that in the script of the recipe, it says, 1 green, 1 red, 1.5 yellows, blah, blah, blah. Make sure that's in there so that you have a guide until you know exactly how to do this. I still use that, okay? Also, in every single program, whether you have the hard copy DVDs, whether you have your Beachbody on demand, every program has a meal guide. This is your Bible. You should have read this cover to cover, page to page. If you have not done that, after this video, please do that so that you can get started on your own, okay? Because you're going to have to go through and you're going to have to do your calorie count, your target to find your calorie targets. That's going to give you what plan A, B, C, or D, and it's all different for every program. So make sure that you're looking at the same program. For what I'm going to do tonight and what I'm going to walk you through, I am going to simply use the 21-day fix program because that is what these containers are based off of. So let's get started. When I sit down and so I've already kind of actually started this a little bit. You can't see. So make yourself a little grid, okay? What I first think of is, what's my week going to be like? What is the weather going to be like? Is it going to be cold? Is it going to be hot? If it's cold, do I want to make some soup? Do I want to have a casserole on hand? If it's going to be hot, can we go outside and barbecue? Should I have a cold salad, like a cold cucumber salad, or like a cold Fiesta bean salad, or something like that? What are my activities for the week? Do the kids have soccer practice? Do I have class all night long? Do I have to work? What activities happen in your week? And what's going to be the easiest way for you to eat and for you to take this food with you if you need to go fast, or if you guys need to eat fast at home, okay? And then this is the thing that I've just finally figured out, because it used to take me a really long time to actually do this. Pardon me while I take a drink. Excuse me. Start backwards. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't sound like it makes any sense at all. Start Backwards, start planning your dinner because families sit down at the end of the day and all eat together, right? Why would you want to get to the very end of your day and be like, oh shit, I can't eat half of the stuff on this table because I'm out of containers? Doesn't make any sense, right? Start with dinner. Also, one thing that I forgot to tell you guys, to keep track of your container counts very easily, please download the 21 Day Fix app. That has all of the containers. Ignore, if you're not doing the 21 Day Fix or the 21 Day Fix Extreme, ignore the program setup and all that stuff. Simply just plug in how many containers for the plan that you have and then go through and just tag them off when you get it done. It's a great way to keep track and it's right on your phone. Super simple to use. Okay, so we're going to start backwards. We're starting with dinner. I'm going to pull up my 21 Day Fix food list here. And this might be something that you guys want to do when you're first doing this too. Go into the 21 Day Fix program materials, and there's a folder that says food list. This is not the meal guide. This is simply just a food list showing the hierarchy of foods that you can put in each container. This is a great tool to look at, print it out, put it on your refrigerator, just so that it's right in front of you at all times, okay? So like I said earlier, these are put in hierarchy. So the things at the top of the list are the things that are the best things to put in your container, that have the most nutrition for you. And as they go down the list, it gets less and less and less. But they're still good as long as they're on there. If there is something that is not on the food list, like I think it's dates, medjool dates. I love medjool dates. I use them for to snack on. They are actually not on the food list anywhere. I had to Google it because they're such high carb. They're actually not in the yellow container. However, Beachbody does have recipes for like energy bars that have medjool dates in them. So you can use them. Just know that they are yellow and they are high carb. Google. If you have questions, just use Google, guys. Okay, so let's do dinner. Okay, so once you have, I'm on plan B. So I've done my calorie count. I'm on plan B. That gives me 4 greens, 3 purples, 4 reds, 3 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 4 teaspoons, okay? So what I'm going to do on my dinner, I'm going to go through and I'm going to think, what am I going through this week? It's going to be nice one of these days, so I know that I would like to do some barbecue. My son loves barbecue drumsticks, not to mention they are super cheap at Aldi's. And in the recipes, on your program, in your programs, there is a homemade barbecue sauce that is 21 Day Fix approved. Yes, look in your meal guides. There are spice recipes. There are dressing recipes. There's everything to use on your food so that there are no questions asked. Please don't be lazy and just go buy a dressing at the store. You don't know what's in it. That's not technically clean eating. If you don't want to go buy a dressing, if you don't want to make a dressing, use a simple olive oil and balsamic vinegar mix, or you can just use lemon juice. Like get a piece of lemon and just squeeze it on with a little balsamic vinegar. I love doing that. It's super simple. Okay, so I normally start with a protein because I have a husband who likes meat and taters. So we start with the protein. So like on Monday, we're going to have teriyaki bowls. I make these really awesome turkey meatballs. They are easy to just make a ton of them and store them in the refrigerator, and then I can use those with different flavors. So like on Monday we're gonna have teriyaki turkey meatballs with brown rice and pineapple. That sounds delicious. Okay, so all I have to do is make some turkey meatballs and some brown rice, which I'm gonna make like a double batch so that there's some in the refrigerator for later, and then some pineapple, right? Either from a can, hopefully not. Please use a fresh pineapple because the canned stuff normally has a lot of sugar in it. When I make turkey meat, when I think about my proteins for the week, I think about, before I actually plan this out, I think about what can I make that I can double up later on in the week. Hope that makes sense. So like I'm going to make barbecue chicken drumsticks for one of the nights. That's on my plan. So that's for Tuesday, barbecue chicken drumsticks with sweet potatoes in the oven, probably baked sweet potatoes, and broccoli, okay? Later on in the week, barbecue drumsticks do not taste well once reheated. However, Core de Force program has an amazing barbecue chicken recipe in the program materials. So guess what? The leftover barbecue chicken is going to get pulled off of the drumstick and used on our barbecue chicken pizza on Friday for lunch. How cool is that? So I don't have to double up on my protein and or waste all of that. I can make enough to either have it for leftovers or have it for later on in the week. Okay. Again, with the turkey meatballs, we're going to have teriyaki on Monday. So I have found a recipe for that on Pinterest. And then I'm going to split that recipe of meatballs in half, and I'm going to use half for the teriyaki bowls on Monday. And then later on in the week on Friday, I have spaghetti zoodles, which are zucchini noodles. Like you put a zucchini through a spiralizer, or you can just do it the really hard way and make it with little fork or knife cuts like I've done before. Don't do that. Or you can use spaghetti squash, whatever you prefer. And turkey meatballs with a spaghetti sauce recipe from the 21-Day Fix program materials. And then if possible, I have veggie medley on there as well, just to have some vegetables on the side. So you see, I'm using one protein multiple times a week, but I'm not using it in the same manner, so it doesn't get boring. Okay, families, that's one of the biggest things that I hear when people are like, Mandy, will you please make a meal plan for me and my family? Please don't make it boring. We want to eat something different every single night. Okay, if you eat something different every single night, one, that's probably going to kill your budget, because eating healthy and eating clean is expensive. However, it doesn't have to be if you do it the right way. And that's what I've tried to do, because I don't like to spend a lot of money. So another great thing to have on hand is a casserole. Again, this is one of the things where Pinterest comes into handy, or teambeachbody.com. Having a casserole on hand or whenever that you can either bake in the beginning of the week and just have it in the refrigerator. You can take a scoop out, put it on your plate, warm it up. That's a fast meal. That's ready to go. It's fast. You can just either warm up some vegetables to go on the side along with it or whatever. And then I normally have at least like one white meat and one dark meat during the week, just to get some extra nutrition, and red meat for the extra protein. I am highly anemic, so I need that extra red meat, and I don't do it enough, especially when I'm not around my husband. So another thing I have on here is broccoli beef. I love broccoli beef. It is so delicious, and that caramely taste, it's just divine for me. So on Thursday, I have for dinner planned broccoli beef with cooked carrots. Okay. I can get one thing of beef, like the shredded skirt steak, or I could just get a skirt steak and cut it up, cook it all at once, put half of it aside, okay? And then when you're cooking dinner on Thursday, or whenever you decide to use your first recipe of beef, so like when I'm cooking broccoli beef on Thursday, I'm going to put half of that cooked meat aside, and I'm going to save it for my beef stir fry that I have on my menu for Saturday. My protein is already cooked. I literally just have to throw some veggies in a skillet and throw my beef in there with a little bit of sauce. My brown rice is already cooked. I can warm that up. Boom, dinner is done in less than 15 minutes. How cool is that? It's little tips and tricks that you don't think about that make this super easy. Okay, so I'm going to go through one day with you guys. I'm going to go through my Monday, because I haven't actually completed. I've gone through and done my lunch pretty much, but I'm going to go through one day with you guys, because I'm not going to do this all for you. I'm not here to save your ass. I'm here to push you. We're here to teach you. Your coach can't do this for you. You guys got to put in the work. You got to do a little bit of reading. You got to do a little bit of research, and you got to try. Because if you're not going to try, we're not going to sit there and keep knocking on your door, okay? So, my Monday, I've got teriyaki turkey meatballs, brown rice, and pineapple for dinner, okay? From the recipe that I got for the teriyaki turkey meatballs, those account for 1 red, and 1/2 yellow container, okay? My brown rice, that's going to count for 1 yellow container because I'm going to have a whole serving of it. I'm actually probably not even going to eat brown rice because I don't eat rice a lot. I try to stick to a gluten-free paleo regime, even though brown rice is gluten-free, I think. But I just don't eat a lot of rice. And then, so I have 1 red, 1/2 a yellow for the turkey meatballs, 1 yellow for the brown rice, and 1 purple for the pineapple, okay? Then I'm going to go to lunch. I'm not going to go to snack. I'm not going to go to breakfast. I'm going to go to lunch because, excuse me, these are the 2 main meals that you need to prepare for during your day, okay? For lunch, I'm going to have, so I always, like Sundays are my cooking days normally. I didn't get to do that today because shit was crazy, hence why I'm drinking wine right now. Sundays are my meal prep days. I either bake a flat of chicken, I barbecue a flat of chicken, or I make chicken, a lot of it, because that's my go-to protein. I can have it on salads. I can put it into a casserole. I can make soup with it. I can put it into a sandwich. I can put it on quesadillas for my kids. I can, there's endless options of what you can do with things that you already have prepared in your refrigerator. So if you have a protein choice, look on the food list. Don't choose sardines. Those are very sustainable food. Sardines are icky in my opinion. But like the second food on the food list is boneless, skinless chicken or turkey breast. Boom, right there. Very high on the list. Excellent for you. Try it out. I know some of my friends are actually allergic to birds, and that's very unfortunate for them because I love chicken. Anyways, getting sidetracked. Okay, so lunch. So I have on here that I'm going to have chicken and veggies. Sounds boring. That's okay. My lunch goes very fast because I am feeding 2 children at the same time. But if I have my barbecue chicken, and I'm not talking like barbecue sauce. I'm talking like nice grilled chicken, maybe with a little bit of garlic salt on it. There is some amazing seasoning recipes in the 21-Day Fix program list and all of the other ones as well. There's a Mediterranean seasoning mix that is actually divine. And I used that the last time I made barbecue chicken, and it was so amazing. So I have barbecue chicken and veggies. Now my veggies are going to be basically, I used to get like fresh veggies all the time. I found that fresh veggies go bad, and I wasn't getting really good produce because normally I'm down in Georgia. Frozen veggies are the way that I had to go. 1, it's cheaper. 2, they stick around longer. So get yourself a couple bags of frozen veggies to have around. So that's what I normally use. I do a protein and I do a veggie, and that gives me room. Like if I'm still hungry, I could have like a piece of fruit or whatever. So we're sitting at, for lunch, I have 1 red and 1 green. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my breakfast. Okay. So let's look at keep your container count, like put your container count on your paper when you're doing this. So far I'm up 2 reds, 1 green, 1.5 yellows, and 1 purple. How many yellows do I get? So I get 3 yellows a day. So I'm going to try to stay away from yellows now as much as necessary. So in my breakfast, I love to have scrambled eggs with my toddler in the morning. 2 scrambled eggs, 2 eggs is 1 serving size for eggs in your red container. In any form, hard boiled, scrambled, sunny side up, whatever. Now, if you are going to be using oil to cook your eggs, I use coconut oil. If you use olive oil, whatever, it counts as a teaspoon, and you need to mark that down because it's part of your fats. Not the blues, your teaspoon. Look on the food list and it'll explain it to you right here. So I always use coconut oil. Damien loves coconut oil. That's what I use. And it gives it a nice flavor for like all my food, stir fries and everything. So I have 2 scrambled eggs, and sometimes I like to add in spinach or some like peppers or something like that. That is 1 red and 1 green and 1 teaspoon right there. Okay. Going back down to my container count and looking at this, I'm going to go to my next snacks. Notice I have not put in my Shakeology yet. Okay. My Shakeology is like I try to get in all my proteins in like whole food matters first, because I can have my Shakeology at any time of the day. And so like that's like my fallback, even at night. Like if I forget to have my Shakeology, which never happens, normally I have my Shakeology right away in the morning because it gives me an amazing boost of energy. If you don't have Shakeology, please try it out. It's so worth it. Okay, so looking at our container counts, I'm going to go to my snack number 1. On here, I put my Shakeology with an apple, if I haven't had it, if it's not on my lunch yet, and almonds. Okay, so almonds are your blue container. That's a healthy fat. You do not fill up the container. 12 almonds is 1 serving size. I'm sorry and I mean, maybe they fill up the container if they're gigantic almonds. These are raw unsalted almonds. Okay, please do not get almonds with like barbecue roasted blah blah blah. You're not going to get anywhere with that. It tastes delicious as a treat every once in a while. Please don't get these as your everyday snack. Raw roasted onions, unsalted. Okay. And my Shakeology. Normally in my Shakeology, I either use water or I use coconut or almond milk. A lot of the times in my Shakeology, I'll throw in half a banana, I'll throw in some cinnamon, I'll throw in my new thing to throw in is walnuts. That's a healthy fat to check off my list right there, and I only get 1 blue a day. So like I put walnuts in my Shakeology this morning. I did not have my almonds, or I put in walnuts with my Shakeology this morning, so I did not have my almonds for a snack. Easy. Didn't even think about it. And I don't eat a lot of cheese. Oops. I don't eat a lot of cheese, so I did not have to worry about that either. Cheese is a blue, by the way. Cheese is a blue. So my Shakeology, normally your Shakeology is a red. Your Shakeology counts as a protein. Okay. So when you're doing that, count for that in your plan. And then you also need to count for what you put into that. So like I put in half a banana. That's 1 serving. What's 1 serving of my purple? I get 3 purples a day. I've already had an apple. I've got pineapple in my dinner. So I have an apple in one of my snacks. We're having pineapple with dinner. And I've had half of my banana. My purples are done for the day. No more purples for me. My fruit is gone. Okay. That's totally fine. Okay. I don't eat a lot of fruit anymore because of the high carb content, and I'm trying to keep my carbs on the lower end because of the program that I'm doing right now. So anyways, now that you've got dinner, lunch, breakfast, snack number 1 done, we're going to go to snack number 2, in between lunch and dinner. When I do my meal prepping, I always make veggie bags because they are super easy to grab, run out the door, and munch on the way. I like to drive and munch. It's a terrible habit. My son, my almost 1-year-old, also likes to eat peppers and chew on carrots because he's teething. So it's nice to have that along the way to give a Hail Mary if he's crying from teething pain. When I make my veggie bags, I normally put a handful of pre-prepared baby carrots. And if you want to save money, just get the regular carrots, peel them and cut them yourself. Saves you a lot of money. And then, so I do baby carrots, and I do like the little mini bell peppers, like the party peppers, I guess you can call them. You can get them in like a bag of all different assorted colors. And then I have on here berries, but since normally I put in half a banana, I'm going to take the berries off. Now, if I didn't put in a half a banana, then I could have some berries in the afternoon, or I could have some blueberries with my scrambled eggs in the morning for breakfast. Also with my carrots and peppers, I could have a serving of hummus. Love hummus. It is so delicious. There are tons and tons of homemade recipes that are 21 Day Fix approved on Pinterest and also in your program guide. Please check those out and use them. Hummus is a yellow. Hummus is a blue. Sorry. See, I'm still getting used to this. Let me make sure that, yes, hummus is a blue, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Yep, hummus is a blue. Sorry, just making sure. I don't eat hummus that often. That's why I'm not sure on what it is, but my son loves it. So that's my one day. And so, okay, let's go through this. So I have, for my greens, let's see, I've got one green for breakfast with my spinach and my eggs. I have a green for lunch. I have two greens because my carrots and my peppers for my second snack. So that's 4. My greens are done. Cool. 3 purples, my fruits. So I've got pineapple for dinner. I've got an apple with my almonds, and I've got half a banana in my Shakeology. Cool. My purples are done. Sweet. My reds, I get 4 reds a day. Okay. So I've got my turkey meatballs for dinner. 1. I've got my barbecue chicken for lunch. I've got my scrambled eggs in the morning, and I've got my Shakeology. 4. Perfect. Cool. My reds are done. 3 yellows. So for my dinner, I've already got 1.5. Okay. So I've got 1.5 already in there. Do I have any more? No, I don't. However, this is where, like, if you're going to skip out on any of your containers, the yellow is the one to skip out on, because, and you guys will read about this hopefully if you follow the directions of this video and of your coach. The yellows are what you substitute. So I don't eat a lot of yellows also because I substitute with my 4 ounces of wine that I get to substitute with 3 times a week. I'm not saying 3 times a week drink a glass of wine because it's going to inhibit your progress in your fitness. However, if you want to treat yourself to a glass of wine, just freaking do it. But put it in, like, be noticed about it in your container count so that it doesn't throw you off track. Now, your yellows, let's talk about bread. Bread, obviously, is a carbohydrate. This is where the food list comes in, because it's going to tell you exactly how much bread you can have. Let's look on here. You can still have waffles. You can have pancakes. You can have an English muffin. You can have a bagel, tortillas, applesauce. Mind you, applesauce is on the yellow container because apples are actually a very high carbohydrate. Okay. Let's see what else is on here. It shows you cereal is on here too. That's interesting. See, I'm learning things just right along with you. Let's look at, so bread, whole grain, you get 1 slice. Okay. So if you're going to make a sandwich and you want a 2-piece of bread sandwich, that's 2 yellows for you. Okay. So make sure to put that in. So if you're on plan B, then you still have 1 yellow to go for your day. So you could have rice or quinoa with your dinner. I prefer quinoa over rice. It's a little bit lighter. It doesn't do that crazy expand. And quinoa does puff up a little bit in your stomach, but not as much as rice. It makes you feel a lot less lighter. So if you're going to skip on any of your containers, skip on your yellows because that's what you substitute with. Look in your program guide. It's going to tell you exactly what is okay, what is allowed for your specific program. I know when I was doing Core de Force, we were not allowed to have any alcohol whatsoever because of the training that we were doing. I didn't actually follow that, and I wish I would have. I'm planning on doing Core de Force again, probably this summer sometime, and I will not be drinking so I can get maximum results because I want to put my body to the test. And not to mention, alcohol just sets you back, makes you feel sluggish and tired, but this is actually going to help me go to bed because it's been a crazy day, so I'm cool with that. So that's my day. Oh, wait, no. Let's finish off. So I've still got a blue, orange, and some teaspoons left, okay? So my blue is either my almonds or my hummus. I can choose between one of those two. And if I want to have like almonds on one day, like if I, or if I put walnuts in my Shakeology, then I'm pretty much done with my blues for the day. If I've done that, just move one of those over to the next day. If you're putting this down, or if you do an oops, just move it to the next day and say, oh, I'll have some hummus with my carrots and stuff tomorrow, or I'll put walnuts in my Shakeology tomorrow, or I'll have some almonds the next day, whatever. Your orange, this is your seeds Flaxseed. I know a lot of people, I used to put ground flaxseed in my Shakeology. It's got a lot of fiber, omega-3s. It is a yellow. It is a yellow. So if you're going to have flaxseed or put something like that into, I'll go through the oranges right now. So it's like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, chia seeds, flax seed. Chia seeds, a lot of people make chia seed pudding. It's great to have pre-made in your refrigerator for a quick breakfast, or even like a sweet. If you guys want to substitute a yellow with an orange, you can do that with your chia pudding. Look on Pinterest for 21 Day Fix approved one of that. I need to finish up because I'm about to get kicked off. But so those are your oranges. So do I have any oranges on here? I don't think so. But these are basically, the oranges are basically your salad dressings. That's what it comes, when you get your containers, it's the salad dressings. You get 2 because just in case one is dirty, you have an extra one, okay? You don't get 2 of them, you get 1 of them, okay? And then your 4 teaspoons, obviously. That is your oils, your olive oil, coconut oil, flaxseed oil, nut butters, peanut butter, almond butter, whatever, butter and mayonnaise. If you're going to use peanut butter, I would suggest PB2 for low calorie content. If you're breastfeeding, go ahead and eat regular peanut butter. That's what I did to give yourself some extra calories. However, if you want to cut down on the fat content, do whatever you want to do. That's just what I did. Anyway, so because it's got a little bit longer than I expected to, I'm going to stop right here. There is one more tip that I want to tell you guys that's going to help you budget a lot, okay? There's things that you should always have on hand for Mayday moments, okay? Those things are oats, like old-fashioned oats. You need to have frozen chicken in your freezer at all times. You need to have frozen vegetables, at least a bag of frozen vegetables at all times. You should always have a bag of brown rice and a bag of quinoa. You should also have a couple cans of tuna. And you should have canned beans and canned vegetables. Basically, to save your butt, if the world ends and you need food, I'm a military wife, so like we think about this. If shit goes bad, you need to have food on hand for your family. Also, if you have an oops and like you forget to plan a day, just go to your freezer, throw some frozen chicken in the oven, throw some frozen veggies on the stove, you're good to go. You got some quinoa or some brown rice, you're good to go. That gives you a red, that gives you a green, and that gives you a yellow. There's your dinner right there. It's perfect, super easy. So I hope this helped you guys a lot. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message. Talk to the coach that directed this video to you. This is the first time I've actually done this on a live stream, and no one came on to join me, which I'm kind of glad because I get nervous. But if you have any questions, please send me a message or talk to the coach who directed you to this video. And I hope that this helped you guys a lot, and I will talk to you later. Thank you for watching.